So I was asked a while back to make a mushroom house, and I've been putting it off because I really couldn't see anything I can do that would be beyond like a Smurf house. So something like this. So I really was not too keen on doing it, but then when I took a trip to Mexico City not too long ago, I saw a bunch of stacked houses on the side of a mountain, and I thought, well, mushrooms do that. So they stack on top of each other too, and it reminded me of the favelas that I saw a long time ago in Rio de Janeiro. So I figured, why not make like a stacked mushroom kind of favela as opposed to like a goofy looking Smurf house.
What?
So I'm going to use these reed strips to line the platform. It works really well because they're bendy, so I don't have to cut. And Kaiju has volunteered to go get some for me. Sometimes I find it easier to attach all the foam first before I put any of the details. That way I can just do them like in larger quantities as opposed to one at a time. And it still does the desired effect, just a little bit easier. This is what my mushroom stacked house slash favela is looking like so far. Since I have all this scrap foam that I cut up for making these slats, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. And for the couple of other mushrooms that I have, I'm gonna kind of put like brick-like surface on it. That way I can use up all this junk that I just made for myself. Oh, they're all over the place now. So I'm going to use this embroidery canvas, cut it into very small segment, really long small segment, and wrap it around the edges of this platform to make it look like a fence. And good thing about this is really bendy, so I don't really have to cut much. It'll just essentially follow the curve. So while I was looking for ideas on how to make mushrooms out of various materials, I came across this channel called MAGICTRUFFLE, and this talented person makes a lot of different mushroom trinkets out of polymer clay. So I'm gonna try to do that. I know mine's gonna look horrible, and my work is not indicative of her channel because her work is amazing. So if you guys can check it out, go ahead. I'll post the link down here, and you guys hopefully check that out. So I'm gonna use clay and Reynolds wrap, which is what she did in a few of her videos. So hope mine turns out as well. Well, that did not work well at all. The clay started cracking because I used air dry clay and that's all I had. So what I did was basically to save this whole thing is I just Mod Podged the hell out of it. There's about like 3 or 4 layers of Mod Podge in this thing. So it's solid now. Hopefully it'll stay solid and not break any more than it already has. And it looks a little bit more gritty. It's not as cutesy for a mushroom house, which is what I didn't want to do anyway. So these crackling might actually add to the aesthetic of it. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself. Hi there. So I'm almost done with my mushroom favela. It's really heavy because of all the clay. It's still modular, but it makes me kind of nervous because of how top heavy it is, that the playability is kind of iffy. You know, it might topple over when you're trying to open it and close it. So I'm going to try to base it thicker. Hopefully that somehow negates the top heaviness, but I'm happy with it. I like it. It looks really cool. The orc horde has come to the Feywild, realizing it's not the beautiful fairy tale they thought it would be. Roll for initiative.